Thanks for the good luck, everyone. I'm going to start off by saying there's a checkpoint system in this game. You know, ideally in a speedrun I wouldn't be hitting them because they're a bit out of the way. But you know, it's such a short game that you can afford to just not hit any of the checkpoints typically. Looks like my game is kind of controlling as if it thinks I'm playing with the keyboard for some reason. I'm not. I am in fact playing with a controller. And there's actually a slight oddity with the double jump I can do. Where if I just barely tap the button to perform the jump and then just barely tap it again for the double jump, it'll allow me to get like a bunch of small extra jumps. Like just there I got 2. And that allows me to break a bit of the game. I'm gonna hit this because I'm not confident. I just got the dash. There's only 3 abilities in the game and I unlock them progressively throughout just this first stage here. But the premise of this game is that you have to keep moving in order to be able to continue to use your dash ability and also the third ability, which is a super jump that I'll be unlocking in a short while. Right here. But yeah, the after like a majority of like the first bit of speedrunning, routing, and like discovery happened in this game, that little double jump oddity I mentioned earlier was discovered, and for the most part that's not really like included in the route, but there's definitely like a bunch of things that could be skipped. Making use of that, it's a bit unexplored at the moment. But yeah, I can get some serious height making use of it. This game in general just provides like a really nice sense of like rhythm to the inputs, and it just feels really satisfying to play. I think anyone that's like looking to find some new speed game should definitely like try to head on over to itch.io to find some free indie games to check out, especially the 3D platformer ones. There's not a whole lot because oh shit. Oops. Not a whole lot because they are a bit difficult to make. That said, I do think the double jump mechanic was not intended. The little oddity that I've been bringing up time and time again here. Wow. A result of the double jump oddity is that sometimes you can land without your double jump available. Like there it's... You can see on the bottom left of the screen. Or rather the left side of the bottom of the screen. When I have my double jump available, that little red bit is darkened to just show that I am able to use it. But if I do one of those like mini double jump things, then I actually will not have access to it for a short while. Unless I like do a double jump again and land normally or something. Like I said, it's a bit underexplored right now. I haven't put a whole lot of time into this game. But getting like stuck in the double jump can be avoided by just very deliberately pressing down the double jump button and making sure that it's getting held. It's a very, very interesting mechanic to me. I don't think I've ever played a game or seen some other game get speedrun where that's a thing. Good thing I hit that bell. I don't think I've ever seen like really anything where like the basis of movement tech is how long you're holding down the button beyond getting like a bigger jump or just a shorter jump as like an intended mechanic. See, like I was almost able to skip that there. You're able to get, I think like, I've gotten I think 5, maybe even 6 extra little double jumps. And certainly is something. There's a little separate category for all bells. Those are little orange objects I've been not really trying to pick up. And that's cool. I just kind of slid off there. But these things, I don't believe you get anything for grabbing all of them, but you know, just one of those for fun categories. Here's the final stage. It's a bit more difficult, as you would expect. And also definitely has the most potential to be broken using this little double jump mechanic. I don't have to like really route out my movement too deliberately because I can just use like a million double jumps. Oh, hey, King. Whoa. Sometimes the super jump just doesn't like to work. I'm not sure if that's linked with the double jump thing. I believe it is, but just going off by feel with that statement. Oof. I'm getting a little sloppy. Yeah, I haven't really played this game a whole lot recently because I've been putting like all of my time into the next game that's coming up, Bomberman Hero. I don't know if you noticed it at that time when I was standing still for just a second, but the character started just straight up vibing for a second there. Started doing a little dance. The developers were definitely like all in on the rhythm-based aspect of this game. All right, getting hit by those dudes will typically put you like at it. I'm not really sure how to describe that, but like, and how you have to continue to use your moves to be able to continue using your moves in the future. Getting hit by one of those dudes prevents you from using those moves. That sucks. I'm over it though. I'm over that death. Wow. This game's like not that hard, but you know, there are a few odd things when it comes to how the game lets you control it. Nice, you're supposed to go all the way up around the right side there, but using the multi-double jump. Perhaps it should just be called the multi-jump? I don't know, there hasn't really been any discussion about it. Oh, my rhythm's all off. I kept missing this platform. No. Wow, cool. I was just about to say, yeah, these parts are devastating if you got like the weird ground state where you can't actually do a double jump. But I didn't say that, and I didn't try to prevent it either. So I simply became devastated. Nice. Certainly not the best speedrun I've done, but that's okay. Right, we are approaching the end here. Oh, look at that. Masterful. Unlucky. Not unlucky, just I'm not very good when it comes to music, so my my rhythm it's just all sorts of misaligned. You hate to see it. This is definitely one of those speed games that you can just grind out a good time in 3 hours and really just have like a good time doing it for the entirety of it. Cool. Oh wait, that's not the that's not when the timer ends. I seem to have lost control of the game. What happened here? Very interesting. I cannot progress to the credits, which is when the final split is supposed to happen. But that's just a difference of one input. That's just supposed to be the final split to, you know, just to give thanks to the people who developed the game. And again, one of those developers did actually do a speedrun of the game. I don't think I know of any other game that one of their developers has like speedrun after seeing someone else has done it themselves. I think that was very cool of them. Yeah, it's a free game if you want to check it out. I think it's stuck. That's alright. I'll move on to the to my next game. Bomberman Hero. Let me just set that up real quick.